Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing a video on Fandom OC. It's
Yes.
me, your Blondie and Glom.
Hello.
So Glom, you start us off. What's your
Okay.
thoughts?
I think OCs are a very fun way of people making their own characters based off of different shows and cartoons and that sort of thing. And there's so many different ones that you see. Like I feel like one of the bigger ones I used to see a lot on the internet was My Little Pony. And I'm not a big fan of the show, so I'll let you speak on that.
For me, I think the first things I ever found was actually Sonic. That one's the oldest one.
Yes.
That fandom started up. I don't know if it was the first one because there's OCs for like literally every fandom that people draw, but I remember mostly Sonic starting up, everyone taking a base of either Sonic or the pink hedgehog, which I can't remember her name. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to think of the name at the moment. But yeah, they basically take that as a base and then just sketch out and color the character different or add more hair or sparks here and there.
Like,
With My Little Pony, that's the brony community started
yeah,
very big with My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. That's what started it.
absolutely ridiculous. I've never been a fan of
Oh,
the.
I think the biggest thing is people in that community got pissed off when, especially at beginning, people got annoyed when you would constantly make an alicorn, which is a Pegasus and a unicorn combined.
Yeah.
Basically also an Earth Pony, so it's basically all three. Because alicorns were basically princesses and they were OP. So people are like, you can't be an OP character. Try picture yourself in that universe. And that's kind of how people started making their characters. Like they would make them more of what they would be in that universe.
Yeah.
I can tell you that people barely took an Earth Pony because no one wanted to be the basic person. They wanted magic or flight.
They want
And
to be
I'm
special.
clearly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm also part of that. I still struggle picking between a unicorn and a Pegasus because I would love to be able to use magic, and I know with magic I could also make wings, but they won't be like forever lasting wings, but
Yeah.
it's magic. But in the same breath, I could picture myself flying off everywhere and anywhere if I had wings. I would enjoy it so much. So it's a hard one to pick between for me. But like I have the base and like the character sketch, I just could never picture or pick between Unicorn and Pegasus. And just like everyone, I did make my OP Alicorn. She was really basic in her looks, but I did make an Alicorn.
I
But
think
yeah.
it is really like that was something I saw a lot. You know, you mentioned the Sonic OCs. There's a fun game that
Mm.
if you search your name with the hedgehog at the end, you're most likely gonna find someone's made an OC with that name. That's how big it is.
Yeah, that one's a fandom that's still going strong. Same with MLP, it's still going strong even after the end of Friendship is Magic, and then they made a new season.
Yeah.
I think it was 6. I think it was Gen 6. I can't remember right now. But then they made the new generation on Netflix. Everyone hated it. And
Netflix
it
always fucks
wasn't.
things up.
No, the problem is when Hasbro made their next season, they kind of destroyed the story and everything because they kept it in the same universe when apparently there was plans for them to change the whole universe, which actually would have been better. I
Yeah.
don't know what's lately, like movies and series, they just keep scrapping the first thing they think of or like a story they had an idea and then they go for something generic and
Yeah, they
ruin
make
it.
it worse. Screw
So yeah,
creativity, let's just make things bad.
exactly. So basically I found out that the latest generation of MLP got cancelled. But because people are so still invested in MLP, from the Friendship is Magic generation. There's still OCs, there's still stories being made, there's still animations being done by fans, and there's still like a lot of Has Been Hotel music. They've been using Princess Luna and Princess Celestia on it. So it's still a pretty strong fan base going if they make another good generation.
They probably will eventually.
Yeah, who knows when though. But basically, OC wise, they're still going very strong with making their characters and making their own universes with characters they created from their MLP version OC universe.
And you know, since you mentioned it, it's a very good segue, but I have been seeing more OCs pop up based on Hazbin Hotel.
Yeah, that one's since it's skyrocketed so much, a lot of people are making them. I know a content creator I'm following, she has made herself one, but it's their character lives in hell.
Yes.
For me, I would make a character that's Pomeranian like, that lives in heaven. Like, that's just me. I love horses and Pomeranians, so if you could make a really cute mix of that, that's probably where I'd be going, but I would rather be in heaven than in hell.
Yeah, I think that's the same thing there. Also,
I
like
try my best.
they skyrocketed in popularity. What other shows? I guess not as much, but I did see a lot of people back when it was first airing making OCs based off of characters in Steven Universe. Like they
Oh yeah,
kept that art
that's
style as well.
that actually goes on still here and there. But yeah, there was a big one with that because everyone wanted to make their own crystal gem. So
Yes,
they would find the gem that they like and then create the character based off that.
which is
I
kind of
never made
interesting.
one though. I think my month stone is a topaz, so I would have to design a character based off a topaz.
Honestly, I have no idea what mine is. I think it's sapphire, but I could be wrong.
Well, my month is topaz, and I got blondish hair, so close enough.
I'm mentally blonde too.
No, right? It's not even an insult because it's true. Oh, frick.
Ooh,
But
one
basically, every series has a fandom where they've made OCs for it. It's just some fandoms have they make them become such a big thing that the OC fandom part of it becomes so large.
Yeah, sometimes like it overwhelms the regular fandom. Like that's something that has happened with a lot of Sonic and MLP, and that is that sometimes people are talking about OCs more. Okay, with Sonic, there's one that you probably won't know about, but there was a famous guy on the internet who made his own Sonic OC. And I'm not going to go into depth with it, but he's a pretty bad guy, and I'll probably put a picture up on screen of him. People who know about Sonichu must just let me know if you recognize it. But it's such a it has become such a big thing. I even see people making OCs when it comes to Pokemon, not just like their own Pokemon, but obviously themselves as a trainer.
I've been trying to do that, but I struggle with the human drawing part. But I do have like my dream team, even though it keeps changing. But I've kind of got it set now, sort of, because you can only choose 6 Pokemon, so it's a bit hard. But when I was younger, I did make a Pokemon OC as well. I made it like a combination. I think I did include Sylveon in its creation. Like the base and everything, like Sylveon or Umbreon. I don't know if Sylveon was out yet. But I did make a Pokemon OC. I don't know what happened to her. She's somewhere in the depths of a book, but
it's around there. When it comes to OCs, people also used to make a lot of OCs based on anime. Like I remember seeing people doing ones for Naruto or even for Dragon Ball back in the day. And Dragon Ball makes sense because there's so many different characters in it.
I love to see when people draw themselves what they would look like or be like in that universe. So it's basically their OC, but it's themselves.
Yes.
And it actually got me sitting thinking the one day, because Naruto is also, besides Dragon Ball Z, Naruto is something I grew up with. And I sit there like, in Naruto, I'm so dog and horse obsessed. I probably end up in that dog clan.
Yeah, with like Kiba and all that.
Yeah. I'd have like a little Pomeranian, or I'd have the summoning jutsu like Kakashi, where he summons all those dogs.
To maul your enemies.
I used to daydream that I would be one of the tailed beasts. Like Naruto, he had the tailed beast inside of him. I used to
Yes.
picture which one I would want.
Which one would you have wanted though?
My favorites were the Nine Tails, of course,
Oh
because it's a
yeah.
fox and it's Nine Tails. Kuruma's awesome. The Two Tails, which was like a fiery blue cat,
Yes.
and I think it was the Five Tails that was like this dolphin horse.
Yeah, I think it was the 5 tails. Could be the 7 though.
No, it's not the seven. I'm sure it was five or six. I think five.
Yeah, it was the 5 tail.
Yeah, so I remember it was between the Two Tails and the Five Tails, since I couldn't take Naruto's tailed beast. So I think I'd be between the two of them, but like I love the cat, but I also like this dolphin horse, so I could never decide.
I liked the 8 tails. The octopus.
No, I didn't like the octopus.
I like the octopus. Octopus are cute, man.
I could picture you with the octopus.
Thanks.
Just like your random tentacles come out and you just freaking screw someone's day up while you walk past, and it's like, dude, why are
You
you
make that sound
tripping?
so bad.
You're picturing it in a bad way. I'm picturing you like tripping up someone with a random tentacle. You pop back in. And it's like, dude, everyone's so clumsy today.
I would
You know,
really
live
miss the
streaming.
people.
You're like, you like live streaming. You walk past someone and then just like random tentacle hand and chop someone. It's like, damn, everyone's so fucking clumsy today.
I see a lot here and there of My Hero Academia.
That actually became a big one.
Mm.
I remember I also had to sit down. I was like, what two powers? Because I don't want just one. I don't want to be basic.
Exactly, you don't
And
want to be generic.
the
You don't want to be
universe.
the Windex one.
Sure, that dude gets so much flack from everyone. But he's the most memeable character.
Because, like, what kind of quirk is that? Oh, I can wash windows. Wow. So powerful.
I was creating a character, and for me, for my daydream character, she had two quirks, and the one was she could turn into any animal or creature. So, like, even if she could just imagine it correctly, she can turn into like a mythical creature if she got it right. But then the second power, I wanted her to be able to hold like some kind of actual power, but I couldn't really think what to do because it's either she's going to copy someone's power, but then it's going to disappear afterwards. So I wouldn't want that.
Yeah, you
So I
want
think maybe like
something
an
better.
elemental. Yeah, like an elemental power or something to go with it.
I think if I had to have one, have you watched the anime Elfen Lied?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
If I remember right, it was this girl who's like her true form or whatever is outside the body and it's got these long arms and shit. It's aggressive, like you can attack people with it. I would have that. Also to make people think I'm telekinetic, even if I'm not. Because you can't
It's
see
like,
the
what?
actual form.
Can't see shit, but it's like they're so strong, they got this, and then meanwhile it's something entirely different.
Yeah, exactly. I like that sort of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know what my first power would be, but at the same time, like being able to turn into any animal, you could become a good superhero with it, but also you might not. But I
You could
think,
use it for evil.
yeah, but I think I would prefer just, even if I just have the one power, being able to turn into any animal or creature. Because I mean, dragons as well. I mean, she could turn into that too, or any kind of sea creature. I think sea creatures would be her main fear though, because now you gotta try to get your body to develop lungs that breathe underwater, and she got it
Yeah.
wrong once. She could drown, so that was her fear, is having to turn into an aquatic creature.
Yeah, like that's the biggest holdback. You get the ocean, like, look, I can't help you guys.
It's like, guys, I can turn into like a dolphin, a whale, anything that breathes air. But if you want me to breathe something in water, it's gonna take some coaxing and help.
What
But
I'd
then
want
the
to do.
biggest thing with my hero is I can't make yourself OP. You have to make it so, like most quirk, there's like a limit or there's like something that stops you from just constantly being overpowered.
There has to
Like
be a weakness.
one girl, exactly. Like one girl, she has to one of the characters has to constantly eat sweets. The one guy, if he overuses his electricity, becomes dumb. That little pervert. If he keeps taking off the balls off of his head, he eventually starts bleeding. Like you have to have a drawback.
Yeah, you
And
definitely do.
and I had like an idea of what her drawback would be, but I can't remember it now. Like what her, like she would eventually get tired, or I think she just would lose motivation. She would just become very lazy if she does it for too long.
I mean, that's not bad. Like just fatigue.
Yeah, she would get very fatigued if she just does it for too long, because imagine you're constantly changing your form, your body's going to get really tired, or staying in that, or constantly changing between things. She would get really exhausted to the point it's just like, okay guys, I gotta take a nap and just
Or like adjusting to going back to being human.
Yeah, like it's just she gets exhausted really quickly. Not really quickly, like it's, because you can build up the tolerance. So it's just that she gets tired with constantly shifting. If she shifts like not too much too quickly, she'll be fine. But
if she keeps doing it, it's a problem.
Yeah, if she keeps doing it for a long time, constant shifting, or if she does shifting like in an instance into too many things at once, she'll become fatigued and she'll just like pass out.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad like limitation.
Well, if you say that, but like if you were put in that situation, I imagine you're fighting this really shitty guy that turns big small, or something, and you have to constantly shift between sizes and creatures to fight back.
It would kind of suck then,
yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden you just pass out and you start falling. You kind of need someone to grab you. It's like fatigue at its max. But yeah, I think we've covered most of the main OC fan bases they've made off of shows that I can think of.
Yeah. If you're watching this video and you can think of other fan bases that have OCs based on them that we didn't mention, let us know down below. Obviously, every fan base has its OCs and its fandom. Maybe there's a big one that we just missed out on. Thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, if there's anything else you want us to talk about in a future video, please let us know. And we will see you all in the next one. Bye!